Think you can't buy a home in Navarre under $300,000? Think again. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of 3 properties plus a bonus, all listed at $300,000 or less. Let's get to it. Hey guys, it's Kristen Weller with the Emerald Group, and this is Life in Navarre. So today, we're going to talk about homes under $300,000 in Navarre. I get a lot of buyers that say, Kristen, I would love to live here, but I just can't afford it. Now, it is true that you're going to have a harder time finding homes under that $300,000 price point. It's not impossible, and I'm going to show you that today. So first, let's talk numbers. Over the past 5 years, Navarre has definitely seen some growth. As a homeowner, we obviously love seeing that because that means our investment was a good one. If we're seeing a growth in our market value over year, that's great because this is an investment. Yes, it's somewhere where that we're living in, but you put a big purchase price on your property, and you want to see that return when you go to sell it. So having that appreciation year over year is great. If you're a first-time home buyer or maybe someone on a budget, it's a little bit of a harder pill to swallow just because you are seeing that price increase every year, and that in your head you might be thinking, well, it's going to price me out eventually. But as I'm about to show you, that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to cheat and look at my notes so I can show you what that growth has been over the past 5 years. So let's get into it. All right. So 2024 year to date, the median sold price has been $429,000. It's obviously way higher than the homes I'm going to show you right now, but that is the median. And keep in mind too that these numbers also include Navarre Beach, which obviously are at a higher price point. That's not to say that Navarre itself, kind of like mainland Navarre, doesn't have multi-million-dollar properties, because they do. But these numbers, it's just the median price. So it's kind of taking that, middle line number. I don't really like to do average so much, because then you're talking like the lower, like a lot that might be $50,000, or a higher price property on the water that might be $5 million or higher. So median's kind of a better number to gauge on. 2023, that number was $419,950. So obviously almost $10,000 growth in 1 year. 2022, $430. That was kind of an anomaly year, because you'll see in 2021, it was $370. So if we kind of take that year out, it went from $370 and in 2 years time up to about $420. So that's a huge growth. So anyone that's buying property in Navarre, are going to love to see those numbers. 2020 was $315 and 2019 was $279. So over the past 5 years, we went from $279 up to $429. That's huge. I mean, again, for a homeowner, that's someone that already has purchased property here, that's great to see. But again, if you were looking 5 years ago and you're like, yes, $279, I can do that. That's going to be a nice house for my family and I. And now, if you waited that long, that's hard. So, but like I said, we're going to see some homes today that are well within that 300 and under price range, that are great properties for you to purchase. So again, if you bought a property in 2019, in theory, you've got 53% growth on your investment. That's huge. That is something that anybody would love to see, because you can't get that in almost any other investment that you make. So again, that's huge. So while we're talking about the past history, let's go over some numbers of how many homes from about 150 to 300,000 sold within those years. Because I want to show you just that there are available properties out there for you to purchase within that price range. So let's get into that. So far to date, 2024, we've had about 1,650 properties from $150,000 up to $300,000 sold. So again, this is all of Navarre. That didn't include Gulf Breeze or anything like that. So there are options out there. 2023, we had about 1,700. 2020, we had 2,300. So obviously there's a gap there. 2021, we had closer to 4,000. Same for 2020, and 2019, we had about 4,500. So in the past 5 years, yes, it has that number has declined in available properties. So again, if you really want to live in Navarre, you're under that 300,000, you might have to be a little bit more patient. You might have to be, I don't want to say less picky, but your options are going to be fewer. So there might be a couple things where I hate for people to settle, but if you're a first-time home buyer, let's say, and this is your first home, it's not going to be that perfect property. That's something that you can get into, you can get your foot in the door, get that equity. When you sell it in 3 to 5 years, hopefully you've got that equity that we just talked about, and you can put that into the next property that might be bigger or more expensive or things like that. So what we're showing you is maybe a size down type of house or a first time home buyer type of house, to get your foot in the door, or to lessen, burden if you're older and you want to downsize and you don't want that big extra monthly payment anymore and you're trying to downsize. I'm going to show you some great options today. Okay, so before we get too far into this, I do want to say, yes, you're going to need some patience in purchasing this property that we're trying to find under 300,000, but you're also going to need a good real estate agent. And I know you're going to eye roll right here. I'm sorry, but it is true. You need someone that has your back, that knows the market, so that they can be looking out for those properties for you, so that they also can help make sure that you are properly qualified. Because in that price range, as we just talked about, there's fewer and fewer properties, and there's a lot more buyers trying to go after that same property. So if I can show you to a seller or to a listing agent to say, hey, my buyer is completely qualified. They are pre-approved, not pre-qualified. They are, ready to go. They've got a down payment. They've got, whatever that is that you need for your loan. If you have that proper real estate agent by your side that is going to vet you, that's going to make you look way better to a seller. The other thing that I'm going to do for you is I'm going to help you negotiate everything possible and advise you on the best offer possible so that you look best to the seller so that you get that house. So if you or someone you know is looking to move to Navarre and you need that helping hand, reach out to me. All of my information is going to pop up here on the screen. If you know someone that's looking to come here, send this video to them. Hopefully that they'll get some information as well, and I can help them too. Okay, one more thing before we get to the fun stuff of looking at all these awesome properties. Currently today, this is October, middle of October, I don't even know what date it is anymore, 16th or something like that, of 2024. There are 20 properties listed at 300,000 or less in Navarre. Again, just Navarre, not Gulf Breeze, not Milton Pace, just Navarre. And those properties, there's going to be 5 condos, there are 6 mobile homes, there's 5 townhomes, and then 4 single-family detached homes. So you've got a bunch of different options of different types of properties. They're in kind of all over the area. Some are in East Navarre, some are in Holly, some are in Holly by the Sea. A couple of them are on the beach, actually. So you've got a ton of different options for under that $300,000 budget. If you did want to go slightly west into Gulf Breeze, so if you look at a map, Berggren kind of comes in it's North-South Street, and then East Bay comes down as well to meet up with 98. And that little pocket there. So I didn't put you all the way into Gulf Breeze, just that little pocket there. You're going to get 7 more options that are all, I think there's a couple townhomes and then a couple single family homes. So you're increasing that from 20 to 27 just by extending your drive, let's say from Hurlburt or something like that, another 5-10 minutes. All right, so now we have the numbers out of the way. Let's go to our house. I'm at 2204 at Hadley Hills Court, and I wanted to say thank you to Lindsay McAllister, if I can say your name, of Coldwell Banker for letting me showcase your listing. Okay, so this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, 1,474 square feet. It is a townhome, and it does have a single car garage. Now there is an HOA, I'm going to cheat, look at my notes, of $370 a quarter, so about $124 a month. So keep that in mind, but we are in East Navarre. So East Navarre is highly desirable, especially if you're at Hurlburt, because you have that less of a commute. You're not having to go through like all of Navarre to get to your home. So you're cutting that off, but you're still close to all of Navarre. So all the restaurants, all the shopping, all that good stuff. Now, a lot of times people will rule out townhomes because you are sharing walls, but it is a great option for someone that's either a first-time home buyer, for someone that's downsizing, for someone that just doesn't want to do a lot of yard maintenance, because it's getting your foot in the door. See what I did there? But it's getting your foot in the door to home ownership without having, all of that extra, worry of one more thing to take care of. All right, so let's go. All right, so this one is really cute because you've got an entryway right down kind of where that truck is. It comes in and then it dead ends on that side. You've got a little parking lot here for extra cars. There's even a little area for your mailboxes to pull into. And then it's a fence all along this side. So you do have single family homes on the other side there. And then it doesn't dead end, but there is a gate there. So, or a fence. I think you can maybe see it right there, a little chain link fence. And then the street actually does come up and around and curves back over to the front side of these homes, but you just can't go through right there. So they're all the same. You've got brick on the bottom, siding on the top. Everyone's got their cars here. There's no cars in the street. Now, after work, there might be some, but right now there's not. So we're looking at this guy, 2204. Again, it's a 3-3. And that's the one good thing about townhomes that, not the only good thing, but one of the good things is that you are going to tend to have an extra bathroom simply because you're on 2 stories. So one of the good things about townhomes, not the only good thing, but one of the good things is that you are almost always going to get at least an extra half bath, if not an extra whole bath. A lot of times in a single family home, you'll have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. But because of a townhome, generally speaking, you are having 2 stories, which a lot of times, some of my older clients don't like the stairs, but in this one, there's actually a bedroom downstairs. So this is a great option for a lot of different types of buyers. So let's go check it out. All right, so the front door is behind me. You've got your little foyer area here, and it does has a little Juliet balcony up there. You've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms upstairs. One is an ensuite, and then you've got a bedroom, bathroom over here. So your laundry is right here, and this house actually has a little cute little tucked away nook here. They used it as like a little landing spot for clothes or for jackets and shoes. Your HVAC unit is in here. And then, like I said, your laundry is right here, tucked away in the closet. So we'll go upstairs in a second, but it's carpeted upstairs, but the carpet's in great shape. And you've got what I like to call a little doggy window, I mean. They don't have to get up and mess up your windowsill because they can see straight out. You do have that 1-car garage. So nothing fancy, but it works. And this particular house even has your hurricane shutters right there, the fabric for your windows. So you do have tile right here, which is great. Here's your kitchen. You've got plenty of counter space. It is a smaller kitchen, but it is a townhome, but you've got stainless steel appliances. And like I said, you've got plenty of counter space. And then you do have a pantry. And then your first bathroom. So here is your living area. You may have little stools here. So it is a smaller spot. So if you didn't want to have a full-blown kitchen table, you can just use your breakfast counter. And then a bedroom down here. There's a lot of, I didn't open that up all the way, but there's a lot of natural light in here. Let's check out outside real quick. Oh, there's a little walking path. So you can see everybody kind of does something different. I don't see any fences in between the properties. So I don't know if you just can't do that or if just nobody has, but. A nice little patio area. All right, let's go check out upstairs. And again, at $290,000, you're getting a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. And these bedrooms are good size. Your HVAC unit is right here. So you have a nice little landing area here. So you've got bathroom, bedroom, and this bedroom has an ensuite. But you also have another pantry. Tile again. Another linen closet. There's tons of storage in this home. So this is one of the bedrooms, and that's a king-size bed. It just shows you how big this room is. So this would technically be your owner's suite, but you've got walk-in closet. You've got another closet over here. You've got a garden tub shower combo. So even though townhomes are typically a smaller in square footage, this home has a ton of storage and the rooms are good sized. So even though it's a little bit on the smaller side square footage wise, you've got a ton of space that you can spread out as a family or if you wanted roommates or something like that. So another great option, and at $290, it's a great price. So next up is 2301 Andorra Street. It is kind of middle Navarre. If you look at a map, 87 kind of cuts everything in half, and Andorra is the next north-south street to the west of 87. It is a half-acre lot, so keep that in mind. It is a single-family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1476 square feet. It has a new roof, new water heater. The HVAC is less than 10 years old, so in theory, as long as you're maintaining everything properly, you shouldn't have any big, huge repair budget items in the next 5 to 10-ish years, which is great, especially if you're on a budget, if you're trying to kind of save money and not have those big expenses. So this might be a great option for you. And I want to say thank you to Joe at Eagle Bay Realty for letting us showcase your listing. All right, so let's take a look at the house. Okay, so you are on Andorra, and I can tell you that I live on Andorra and it is not that bad. So obviously if you've got little kids, they're not going to be playing on the street. But like I said, this is a half-acre lot and you've got a whole bunch of opportunities in the back. So 2-car garage, cute front porch, little bedding, got some little river birch there. All right, so this house, again, it is 2 square feet bigger than the townhome that we saw. And you're gonna see that this house actually has more space. So let's check it out. So you come right on into your living area. You've got vaulted ceilings. Now you've got some options. You can go straight into the kitchen. You can go to the right into the owner's suite, or you could go to the left for the guest bedrooms, and that's where we're gonna head. So one thing I think that's really cool about this house before I go over there, you've got a lot of little architectural details. So you've got like the little, I don't even call it archways, like squared off archways, which is really cool. You've got LVP throughout this area. You've got storage. Let's go to your first bedroom. So still a really good size. I would say it's very comparable to the bedrooms that we saw in the townhome. They did a knockdown texture, so there's no popcorn. A lot of bright natural light, and then you've got your walk-in closet. Your first bathroom. Now the bathroom's a little bit smaller, but if this is your guest bathroom, you don't need a lot of space. If you've got 2 kids using this, it's still perfectly good size for that. And then your next bedroom. This one faces the back. Again, still a really good size. And you still have a walk-in closet. And then your HVAC is right there. It's like 7 years old, so still, it's not old at all. And as long as it's been maintained and you keep it updated and maintained, you shouldn't have any big issues with it. So let's check out the owner's suite. So this one is actually a bigger bedroom than the ones that we saw in the townhome. It does face to the front, and then you do have a tray ceiling. You've got a true walk-in closet, and then your own bathroom. So being on a busier street like Andorra is, you would think that there's going to be a lot more noise, and there really isn't. Again, I live on Andorra as well, and that was one of my husband and I's concerns. But you know, these windows aren't super new, and you don't hear a lot of stuff. Obviously, if a police car or an ambulance or something goes by, you're going to hear it, but you're going to hear that no matter what kind of neighborhood you're in. We lived on a dead-end street, and when there was a fire truck that came through, we heard it. So just something to think about. But here you have a true dining room, whereas in the townhome we didn't. And I'm not trying to knock here. Let me do something. Okay, I'm not trying to knock the townhome whatsoever. Townhomes are amazing. I just like showing people the difference between when you've got two properties, a single family and a townhome that are the same square footage. Almost always the townhome is going to have less space, if you will, only because of the hallways and the stairs. A lot of times people kind of don't think of that as the square footage when it is. Whereas a single family home, you know, so far the only hallway was right there. So that's kind of the same space as what was in the upstairs of the townhome, whereas the downstairs of the townhome, we had that huge long hallway where we don't have that here because your front door goes into your living space. So just things to think about. Again, I'm not knocking townhomes. I think they're great. I think they're awesome for when you're a move down buyer. You don't want to have to worry about a lot of space, because if you're, let's say you're an older couple, or you know, just someone that doesn't want to have to deal with the whole house, but you want to be able to have space to have people there, you could like close off all of the upstairs and just live downstairs. And then if you had people over, send them on upstairs. That's where your guest bedrooms are. So you've got tons of options. So I'm not trying to knock townhomes. I do actually love them. They're great options. But I just like showing the difference between something, especially when it's the same square footage. So let's keep going with this one. All right, so kitchen. It's basically the same size, just laid out in a big long L instead of a U. So you're not gaining or losing here. Still have a pantry, and then you've got your refrigerator. If you really wanted to, you probably could put like those little shorter, like half depth type, what am I trying to say? Cabinets and stuff there if you really wanted to. But we've got a lot of options. And then one of my favorite features in a home is a window over the sink, because who doesn't like to look outside while they're doing the dishes? All right, so here's where it gets fun. You do have a true laundry room, and that's where your HVAC is. And then this one has a 2-car garage, and I did an epoxy on the floor, and there's a window. But then, oh, but wait, there's more. There's an extra bonus space. So somewhere along the lines, I'm guessing this was an add-on. It may not have been, but this is awesome. You could use this as, like, if you do homeschooling, this could be a homeschool room, this could be a craft room, this could be just a big, huge storage space. If you love to go to Costco and BJ's and all that, like, you could just shelve the crud out of this and just put all kinds of fun stuff in here. It could be a playroom. It could be, like, the options are endless. It seems like they're kind of using it as extra space of a garage maybe. So you've got tons of space, tons of options. It does have a fan. You've got natural light. Like, I love when there's little spaces like this, because, you know, you don't expect this in normal homes, and this one has it. So pretty cool, and all for $300,000. Let's go check out the backyard. Now this one, like I said, is a ½ acre, but they did not clear the whole lot yet. So let's say you were, let me turn you around. Let's say you like the idea of a smaller yard, but want your privacy. You got it on this one. So this one, you do have still a decent yard. Like, even like my big dogs, you know, you still have plenty of space for them to run around. You could set up a trampoline or, you know, swing set or something for your kiddos. But this whole fence line right here, you actually go farther back. Let me see if I can show you. There's somebody on the other side, but let me see if this yard goes. I don't want to think the neighbors are, that I'm creeping on them, but let me see if, no, that one's not cleared out either. Darn it. You probably go back another, I don't know, 2 or 3 times this depth this way. So you've got a ton more space. If you wanted to clear it out and have a lot more yard, you could. But it is fully fenced all the way around. You've got gutters too. I'm always going to point out when a house has gutters because for some reason in Florida, they don't put them on their house. I don't get it. It rains so much here that I don't understand why they don't do it. But this one has it. And all for under 300,000. Or I guess it's at 300,000, but you get what I'm saying. So another great option if you're looking for a house under 300,000. And you could even use that as a 4th bedroom. See, so many options, so many options. All right, let's go check out the next one. Okay, so we are headed up 87 right now into Burton Circle. It's a cute little neighborhood tucked up into Holly. It's just one like C-shaped street with a like second street that kind of cuts it off at the beginning of the C, if you will. I'll show you guys when we're driving up there. But it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, almost a third of an acre, no HOA, and it is definitely under 300,000. So I can't wait to show you guys. All right, so we are turning on to Burton Circle. It is pretty much the last street on 87 until you get like farther into by like 90 and 10 and all that stuff, but it's the last street in Navarre. All right, so I'm gonna show you the neighborhood, like just do like the drive around so I can show you what I mean by like it's a C street and then it's got a little cutoff. So Burton Circle goes all the way this way and then around, but there is George right here that kind of cuts it off. There's 31 homes here, so not very many. I can almost guarantee you that you're never going to have a car coming through here that doesn't belong here, just because it's just one of those streets where you don't know it's here unless you're looking for it. But most of the homes are single story. There's a couple, like we just passed through, there's a couple that are 2-story, but for the most part, they're all, 1990s, early 2000s, single-story homes. And here we are, 3629. Let's go take a look. So I'm at 3629 Burton Circle. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, 1,200 square feet, just around a third of an acre. Let's go check it out. Before we head in, I wanted to say thank you to Casey Tetman at Equity and Trust Realty. All right, so we have a 1-story home here. Super cute. 2-car garage, and then you've got a little extra parking area there for your boat or your RV or just some extra cars. Little brick detail there on the end and some super cute landscaping. Now before we head in, I will warn you that there is a chirping smoke detector, so that might be chirping at us a little bit, but that's okay. All right. All right, so we've got when you first come in, we are in the living area. You've got bedrooms over that way and a bathroom. You've got your kitchen area. Right around this wall is your owner's suite, and then around the corner is the garage. And then of course, straight on through those doors is your back door, your backyard. So you've got vaulted ceilings here, LVP flooring, a ton of natural light, especially with, there it is, your extra door there, your HVAC, your first bathroom, so this one's listed at $295, so still underneath that $300,000 price tag. Here's your first bedroom to the back. It's a little bit smaller, but again, this is a 1,200 square foot home. You could still easily put in a twin size bed or even a full size and still have room for a tall dresser. Same with this guy. It's still big enough. You could put like a double bed here or full size bed and still have room for like a little dresser or something over there. And you do have closet space. There's fans in both the bedrooms. So, you know, yes, it's a little bit smaller, but still totally good size. Same with this kitchen. This is actually probably the biggest kitchen so far that we've seen. Still have that vaulted ceiling. A really good sized eat-in area here. And then you've got, so the front door is right there. That's your owner's suite. You've got laundry and then your garage right there. It's the sound of our people as realtors. We could become immune to it. So a good size space in here. You could easily fit, like I said, king size bed, some dressers, still have plenty of room. And you've got your ensuite. So this one is, they took the door off, which is actually kind of smart in these situations because it's just too many, but you could still put that door back on if you wanted to. And then you do have a walk-in closet. So if you really wanted to, I mean, I wouldn't because you'd lose this wall. You could put your door here if you didn't want to have to go through the bathroom to get to your closet, but just some options. All right, so I lied, this pantry. I think yeah. The laundry's out here in the garage. Ooh, there it is. Water heater. So it's actually it's kind of a long garage. So you've got a ton of space up here, which makes sense because this is where your laundry is, but go check out the backyard. Because this one has some fun little features. So you've got this nice little covered deck area. And then you've got an open deck there. Huge backyard. And then you've got a fun little extra building. They've got a chicken coop attached to it. It looks like they've got a little doggy door that even goes into that building. So you've got options. It is completely fenced. Some mature trees to give you some shade. But again, under $300,000, you have a single family detached home in a quiet neighborhood. Huge space back here for all the activities. And a good space inside. Neutral palette. You really wouldn't have to paint unless you wanted to. You've got sidewalks in this community. I totally forgot to show you guys that. So sidewalks are not common in our area. Don't ask me why, but they're not. But this neighborhood has it. So if you like exercising and like taking on little strolls, you can, and you won't be in the street. So 3629 Burton Circle. There you go. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of information so far on how Navarre can be super affordable for you. If you're looking at a different price point, comment down below and I'd be happy to make that in the next video. Just doing some home tours in different price ranges. But don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified the next time I make a video about my beautiful home in Navarre. Okay, it's bonus time. Who wants to go to the beach? I do. Let's go. So Sunset Harbor is on the beach. It is actually on the Sound, but it is on Navarre Beach. We're gonna step in here in a second, but it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, around 467 square feet. Let me cheat real quick. Nope, just kidding. 492 square feet. It is a 1 bedroom, kind of a studio, so it's kind of both. But this one is listed at $265. There is an HOA of about $5,100 for the year. But that does get you a pool, it gets you a pavilion on the Sound, it gets you a dock, it gets you all kinds of fun stuff, which I'm going to show you after I show you this unit. But it is great, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Let's go. Before we head in, I just want to say thank you to Ashley Devon with Levin Rinky Realty for letting us showcase their beautiful property. Okay, so we are at Sunset Harbor Condos. This is unit 2308. So it's building 2, 3rd floor, unit 8. This is super stinking cute. Now, it is listed at $265, so well under that $300,000 budget, but keep in mind there is an HOA. I'll get to my notes and sheet on how much that is again. I want to say it's like $5,000 for the year, but we are on the beach. We are on Navarre Beach. So we're on the sound side, but this community has a pool. It has a really cool like pavilion area that's on the sound. I'll show you guys all that in a second, but this unit is adorable. Like, I really like this unit. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see it, but it is so nice. All right, here we go. So we have LVP throughout. Now this unit is it's technically a studio, but it's also a 1-bedroom. So I'll show you that in a second, but the front door is behind me. Let me kind of show you real quick. All right, so we've got a little entry area here. This unit is currently being used as their second home, so they are not actively renting this out, but it is already set up for this to be an owner's closet. Right now, it's just a closet for them, but you can lock it. So a lot of times when you have an investment property, you want a closet or two that you can lock so that you can keep your things there, but the other people can't use it. Sometimes it'll also be for like your cleaners, so you've got extra linens and cleaning supplies and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's gonna be things that you're only gonna use at the beach. Maybe you live in the Midwest and you're not gonna use these things when you go back home, so you just wanna store them here. An owner's closet is a great place for that. And even though this one's a smaller unit, it has an owner's closet. All right, so you've got your refrigerator here, and then you've got your bathroom. So they've done a lot of really nice details to this unit. It is very modern, super cute. They've updated it in really nice ways, because life is better at the beach. And again, even though it is smaller, there's still tons of storage spaces. Here you have your water heater, and they even made like a little chalkboard area. Here is your kitchen. Now, it is considered a full kitchen. You even have a dishwasher, which is huge, but there's your stove and your oven. You've got tons of storage space. You even have a little microwave area. And again, your refrigerator's right there. So I've seen these units done a whole bunch of different ways. They've got a little table here that I'm sure they just pop that out and use those stools to eat at if they wanted to, or I'm sure they even eat at their couch over there. Again, this is a unit that is their second home, so they keep some bikes here. And see, here's something cool that a lot of people don't think about. See how fat those tires are? Those are for the sand. You can't just use your regular old like Schwinn bicycle tires here, because you will never go anywhere in the sand. You do have an extra little storage space. Now this particular unit does not have a washer and dryer. So you've got options. I have seen a lot of people use, let me turn you around here, use this closet to put their washer and dryer because there is a water line right there since the bathroom is there. I've seen them put it over, where am I at? Back here in that closet, because again, the water heater's right there, so it's really easy to stick one there. So you've got options. This particular unit though, like I said, does not have a washer and dryer, but you could always put one in. So in the kitchen here, they kept that same really pretty like abalone, I forget what you call it, like the seashell look tile. It's very beachy and very cute. Got some more little decorative pieces there, really pretty artwork. And I think on this unit, some of the art pieces don't convey, so don't fall in love with that if it doesn't convey. We can always ask them where they got it. Now that is a pull out, and you can easily do a bigger pull out to make it so it's a more comfortable, larger bed if you did want to add 2 more to be able to sleep here. And then here's your actual bedroom. So that's a queen size bed, and they've just made it super cute. So this unit does not have a balcony. I do know that they just replaced those windows, so they are wind rated, which is great. We are on the 3rd floor. If a hurricane were to ever come to us, having wind rated windows is pretty great. So here is your view. Now, this sandy area right here will not always be a sandy area. I think you can see right here, You've got some water lines. There will be homes here, unfortunately, for this building, but you'll still have a view. Like, that house isn't going to be all the way up to this little line right here, so you'll still have a view. And there's a little picture or a little view of the dock thing, but we can go out there in a second. But yeah, you've got a great unit that's well under 300,000, super spacious. Now these units do rent really, really well. So I know for the most part, I've been talking about, your primary home in this video, but if you are looking for something to come down to, use it as your second home or your home away from home, or even did want to rent it out, these units, so it's priced at $265. Normally when we're looking at investment properties, and I know this is not what this video is about, but it's still really good information that I want you to have. You want to look for that 10 cap, which means 10% of your purchase price is what you'll gross in rental income. So for this purchase price, you only need to gross $26,500 for it to be a good investment. These units typically rent $30,000 to $40,000 gross. So, I mean, that's awesome. Like for a unit like this, you would think, because a lot of people kind of get it in their heads, like, oh no, this is not even a true one bedroom because there's not a door here. People don't care. They see that view. Hold on. They see this view. They see that you're super close to the sound, that you can walk, that you can walk right across the street, like it's with walking distance, or you can get on your bike, or you can rent a golf cart and drive over to the next public access point, and you can go to the beach. People don't care that if it's, well, I should say, not everyone cares if you're on the water, if you're renting it for a cheaper price. So this is great for snowbirds because this unit does have, this building does have elevators. You don't have to walk up 3 flights of stairs. There is on-site laundry. So even though this unit doesn't have a laundry, a washer dryer, you can still use the on-site facilities. So I mean, even if you didn't want to live here full time, which you could absolutely do, like it's super doable. It'd be great for a second home. It'd be great for an investment property. So like I said, you've got tons of options under $300,000 in Navarre. Let's go check out the rest of Sunset Harbor though, so you can see what those amenities get you. Actually, let me come over here so I can cheat and look at my notes to tell you how much that HOA is. So we are at, yes, it was $5,100 for the year. So divide that by 12, that's what you'd have a month, so you can put it on top. Not very much considering how many amenities you'll get here, which we'll go show you right now. All right, let's go check out the amenities. But first, an elevator ride. There are stairs, and I can't find them, but there are stairs. While we wait, you have this gorgeous view as well. So obviously with the condo, you're gonna have some rules and regulations that you have to abide by. This one doesn't have anything crazy. It's all pretty much standard stuff. But just know that there's rules. All right, sink full. All right, so lucky for you guys, I already know where the pool is because I've been here a few times. And it is officially fall here, so I'm sure there's not going to be anybody in the pool. It is like 62 is what my car said earlier, so we are in fall. I'm sure next week it'll be back up to 82, but right now we're calling it fall. So let's go check out the pool. So again, this area over here is going to get built up. Just the way it is right now, everything's getting built up. So that unit will still have a small view, which would be awesome, especially for $265. Here's your pool. So it's a really good sized pool. It does cover the 2 units that are at Sunset Harbor, as well as I think there's 3 units of this building behind me. So even in the summertime when I've come here, it's not overly packed. These units actually have, it seems like, I haven't ever looked at the actual details and numbers and everything, but they seem to have a lot of owner occupiers or second home owners. I mean, there's obviously some investment properties in here too, people doing short-term rentals, but for the most part, there's actually quite a few people that live here, which is nice because when you do have a pool like this, you don't get a ton of like extra people there, if that makes sense. So yeah, something cool. Let me flip you back around so you can see what you're looking at. There's always a lot of, let's go this way. There's a lot of parking as well. And then you can see everything's really nicely landscaped and maintained. Little seats here. Take you through here so you can see the parking lot. The spots are not numbered, but I've never come here and had an issue with parking. And they are doing some renovations on the stucco. I know a couple of the elevators were getting worked on over the summer. This one's building 1. Oh, darn it. Well, he's going where I was going to go. All right, so you've got this cool gazebo here. We even got a little area where it looks like people are keeping their paddle boards and their pontoons and whatnot. Then you've got this deck, or dock rather. I can't talk today. Let's see. Another little birdhouse. Okay, so I showed you a townhome, 2 single-family homes, and even a condo, all under that $300,000 price point. So I want to know now, what if you were to purchase something in Navarre right now, what would your budget be? Because I would love to showcase those type of homes as well. Comment down below what your budget would be, and maybe the next video will be just that. For now, I want to go hit the beach. See you guys next time.